There are more puppies in this episode, and we're going to be splashing back into the water, but we're also going to be talking about living in a world without light and the importance of power.
Time for another quick update. I haven't done one for a while because, again, rain, but look, antifoul is on. It's all on. That's 3 coats all over, 4 coats along the waterline, and we just got Jimmy in to do a bit of polishing as well, because actually it scrubbed up quite well with the Magiclean, which is that sort of domestic degreaser used for cleaning your cookers and things, but that really helped. So that is polishing done, which basically means we are ready to go back in the water. We're going to do some paperwork tomorrow, which is Friday, and then we drop in on a Saturday. Before we go, I think you'll probably want a little puppy update because it's been a few weeks. And you'll see how much these guys have grown. Puppy update, please.
All of them have eaten everything. They even chased off the big dogs now. So just going to make sure they've all had some. Mama needs some. Where is she? There she is. Come on, Mama. Mama. So these puppies have grown and they're almost dogs, and we want to take one, but we're not going to because we can't do that. 6 of them. Lively, happy. I don't know what else to say, really. We're going to have to leave them. It's going to be very hard. They've had loads. There's Mama that needs food. Come on. Let your mum eat. Ugh. This is Disney. That's Disney, Mama's brother. That's a son. That's Scruffy, famous Scruffy. That's Auntie Joan. And that's obviously Mama with her puppies. Those puppies absolutely made my time at the yard. I spent loads of time with them. I loved them to pieces. Anyway, we will be dropping into the water shortly, but before that we have got some breaking news we want to talk to you about.
Yes, on April the 9th this year, 2021, the beloved cruising ground of St Vincent and the Grenadines that so many cruisers know and love was rocked by a massive volcanic eruption.
You may have read about it in the news. It was headline news, but now it's really just fallen right away and it's just a footnote.
Yes, and that's because it wasn't particularly photogenic, there were no pouring lava flows, so it didn't have that clickbaity kind of newsy worthiness about it. And yet it dumped over 100 million cubic metres of ash onto the normally lush green landscape and pristine blue waters. It's basically decimated a land that so many cruisers know and love, but more importantly, of course, this has had a major impact on the local people there. And as I understand it, I think the ash is actually electrically charged as well. So this has completely wiped out not only their infrastructure, but also their electricity as well.
Seismic activity continues. Most power is out. You can't fly in, you can't fly out. The pandemic continues. The hurricane season is coming. A once popular tourism location has overnight been lost, and the people are really struggling without power and light.
Fortunately, there is a new outfit being launched called What's on Water. And the reason why we mention this is because this is particularly relevant to cruisers and sailors who are stepping up to the mark to help out. Now, What's on Water is an incubator project of Watts of Love. Watts of Love distributes solar-powered lights to those in need of light to continue their everyday lives. I think this came about through the people who set up Watts of Love, who were in the Philippines, and they met a lot of local people who had no power after one of the many typhoons that rips through there. And she identified a need for these local people to have some kind of emergency backup for their lighting.
Sailors and cruisers, of course, we understand the power of nature. We're using the wind, the currents, the sun all the time on a daily basis. So when we look at something like this, we can see that something like solar energy and LEDs are going to play a very big part in helping communities.
Absolutely. I think also as sailors and cruisers, we understand what it's like to be without power. I don't know if you've ever run a dead ship When the batteries have gone down, I spent 2 nights on a boat crossing the Atlantic without any power. You very quickly realise how dependent you are on not just power but also light as well. If any of you are familiar with the YouTube channel JerryRigEverything, who has 6 million plus subscribers, he actually stripped down one of these lights to prove how durable they are. They provide up to 120 hours of light and can be used as a lamp, a flashlight, or worn as a head torch. Watts of Love make a number of different solar powered lights, and they are built like tanks. These are not your cheapo LED lights. These things are designed with durability in mind, and Watts of Love has been distributing these for the last 3 or so years to poverty stricken locations around the world. Do not underestimate the joy and relief these lights bring to people who have been cut off from the rest of the world without power, or who have lost family members from fires caused by kerosene.
So what's on water? You may well ask. Well, it's an offshoot. It's been developed specifically for this crisis over in St Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's there because there are cruisers there right now helping hands-on to distribute these items.
Yes, that's right. And in fact, I was talking to one of the volunteers and they said that it's not specifically for this crisis, but What's on Water was an idea that they were having as an offshoot. Right. And then this crisis happened. And so they said, right, now is the time to start putting this in motion.
Okay.
And as you say, it's an opportunity for cruisers like ourselves to both donate and also to help distribute. So to anyone who happens to be in the area who would like to volunteer in taking some of these LED lights to the poor people of St Vincent and the Grenadines, then we've put a link in the description below. And for the rest of us who aren't in that area, then please, your donations would be very welcome. It's happening. We are now being dropped in the water. Exciting stuff, eh? Here we are at anchor after a lovely sleep last night. It's back to the jobs, but never let it be said that there are pink jobs and blue jobs, and if there are, we like to be equal on this boat. So whilst I've been knocking up a beautiful curry, I've just tried it, it is delicious. Made all from fresh ingredients, no tins, nothing. It's pretty tasty. Liz has been cracking on with her speciality job. She absolutely loves it. It's her favourite job on the boat. Let's go and have a look.
Here we are again in the bog. Yes, I can do most of it, but some of the hard stuff you just had to help me get the pipes off because they were solid. But so now I'm just cleaning up D-rings, and what we're doing, I'll show you. So normally I have to just sort of replace a few parts inside here, but this time I'm replacing the entire unit because the old one has been on for quite a long time. It served its purpose, it's cracked. So putting the whole unit on, it's Jabsco manual pump, and that's what it looks like when you take everything off. So before I put this on, I really need to do quite a bit of cleaning around here and chipping out of barnacles and whatnot, but these are coming up all right.
And what is the secret weapon to pipe work on a boat?
A hot gun? Is that what you mean? Yeah, hot gun. Now because there was no way that I could get it off. Then you tried to get the pipes off, and you said it's got to be the hot gun. Anyway, we ran the hot gun at anchor, and the lithium batteries did it okay, so quite happy about that. But in fact, this isn't my favourite job. My real favourite job is cleaning out the tanks, the fuel tanks, so we have to be doing that soon. But the job that everybody hates on a boat is making the bed.